Hey, Euphoria fam, what's up? What's up? How y'all doing on this beautiful wavy Wednesday, right? So I'm just coming to you today. I made a post a little earlier which kind of alluded to the message that I have on today. Earlier, I made a post that said just start. Just start, right? So now when I say just start, what I mean by just start, I mean if it's something that you got going on that's righteous, then I'm saying just start, right? You can come up with all types of excuses and reasons and rationales as to why you shouldn't start. But like I say, if it's something that's righteous, just start. Like for real, just start, right? So one of the examples that I have is I'm in the barbering industry, beauty industry, however you want to frame it. And at the time, whenever I got first started and going to school in this industry to become a beautician, barber in this industry, whenever I got started with that, what ended up happening was I was working a full time job. I was newly married, and I was working a full time job. And at the moment, I didn't have a lot. I didn't have a lot of money, right? So what I did have was a whole lot of hours I had to work. That's for sure. And to cover the bills and really get my life going the way that I wanted to. And so my point is I went to work, but I didn't have enough time to really go to school way in Dallas, right? So what ended up happening is I was like, man, I looked down at one of my paychecks and I was like, man, I can barely take care of myself with this, let alone my responsibilities when it comes to having a wife and then moving forward and having children, right? So it's like, man, something's gotta give, right? I gotta do something different. So what ended up happening is for whatever reason I felt like I could cut hair. So I'm an artistic person. I like artsy type things, and then I applied myself to get my license, right? So my wife had already went through and got her cosmetology license, and then it was kind of like open for me to do the same as well. And so I remember one time my mother asked me, she was like, Jason, you think you could what about cutting hair? You think you could cut hair? And at the time I was like, in my mind I was like, no, I didn't have the confidence to do that because you know how important a person's appearance is. And I was just thinking, man, if I ever mess up somebody's head, no, I won't be able to do that. I wouldn't cut hair. So I can't exactly say what exactly it was that made me to start cutting hair to look past that, but I did end up doing that. Did look past that and got enough courage to start cutting hair. So I said all that to say when it comes to this story, there had to be a starting point. You just got to start, right? So fast forward to when I did start cutting hair at school or attending school. My issue was is I worked and I'd be tired and I'd just be tired, right? So once I started, I was only getting very few hours to go to school, right? And I was like, how is this gonna work? This ain't gonna work. It'll take me 10 years to get out of school. But the key to it all was the start. I just started. So once I started school, certain things started happening, right? There were negative things that happened, but then there were the positives too, right? So whatever, it'll be another post where I tell you the negative sides, the challenges that I had for starting. But the positives were my work schedule changed, so then it afforded me more time to attend school and to be there at school and everything like that. So my point is just start. I started, right? And then people can see that, and people looked out for me in a lot of different ways. And then most importantly, God, which is the Most High made provisions for me that I didn't necessarily see and I couldn't have planned out, right? So I'm encouraging anyone, whatever you got going on, just start. And that's just from me to you, from Jason to you, Euphoria to you. And thank you for your time. Euphoria Hair Lab, more than a cut. Peace.